All right, loves, day 20. Today's message is from Shaman Durek's Alchemy Elementals. And so, interestingly, I haven't done much with this deck, but this card in particular, the fifth element, as I look at it, I think of the Phoenix rising when I see this card. It reminds me of a phoenix that has risen from the ashes and that is in full wingspan out, fire blazing, unstoppable, just ascension at its highest, right? And so we think about the elements. There's earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, depending on, Chinese, different, whatever you follow. That fifth element could be something different. But what I felt with this is that you are the fifth element. You are the embodiment of the most pure, like you have gone through the fire and are completely liberated as the fifth element. Like if you transcended all other elements, right? Like if they all came together to become something pure and highly vibrational, it is you. And you are of the other elements, but you are a force all in of yourself, all in of yourself. You are a force to be reckoned with. Let's just say that you are a force, right? So high vibrational, you are considered your own element, right? And so with this, this message is for those of you who are, I'll say, further along on your path, right? These are my individuals. This is like, I look at this as like the final, not the final tier, because what's final, right? What's finite if you are an infinite being, right? And with that said, that kind of brings me into even 8-8 is the representation, is the numerology that's represented on this card, right? And we think about 8-8 is infinity, right? So you are tapped into your infinite self. You are connected. You are ascended. You are this. At least you are the awareness. You are aware that you are this. And so it is for you to embody this, right? The final step, I feel like, for this group, right? So you're not the person who was new on the path. This is not the person who just woke up to the divine matrix. I'll say that. To the fact that you've been walking around in this false reality and this is not for these individuals. This is for those of you who have been walking, who have been very aware, who have been alchemizing. And these are my wizards, my magi's, my witches, my shamans, my this is your next level, right? You realize that we place these constructs of gender and political views and religion and sexuality and all of these constructs that us humans place on us to stay in the boxes that we place ourselves in. You have transcended these definitions. You have transcended these perceptions. You have transcended all of the false constructs and you don't operate, at least you are ready to step into the space of not operating from these rules and from these, these societal rules. I mean, I don't need to make it more complex than that, right? You love because you love. Unconditional love. There is no constraint. There's nothing but pure love that exists as a truth for you. And if you aren't here, you are pondering this notion that this is what is really true, and you are ready to step in to this truth, this evolved truth that you have journeyed to be the fifth element, to be heaven on earth, to be the way shower, to be somebody's spirit animal, right? I often say that, like, oh my gosh, she is my spirit animal. He is my, right? Because they're doing something so freaking amazing that you're like, yes, right? You are to be that. Your light is shining so bright that your frequency, that your resonance in and of itself, the purity is your protection, is your Bible, is your rules, and the rules is that there is no rules, right? And I say that not to say that, no, I say that to say exactly what I'm saying. Not that you don't abide by any rules, because I would imagine that even at this level, that a rule you would have would be that you do no harm, that you choose to unconditionally love, even when those around you are operating in lack of that. And you still choose to be love. And you love them anyway. And not that you need to accept that into your space, because there's still discernment and there is still resonance and frequency that can, I'll say, bleed off into you, right? And you don't choose it, but you still can love that person, right? The love that you choose to have for another is not dependent upon their gender, upon their sexuality, their choices of who they love, their status. There's nothing that keeps you from being in the true essence to embody. And as you do that, you become synonymous with the element, right? Because I believe that we are all here to become that. That is the journey. Many of us will not reach it in this lifetime, but we are all to remember that we are this, the fifth element. And so with that, loves, my CTA, right? My call to action here would be for you to look at, what boxes have you created for yourself and for others? What boxes are you operating from? What judgments, what stories have you believed to be true that's now holding you back, that's keeping you separate, right? And that's the gauge. If you say, I am this and she is that, there's a box. You're operating beneath this element here. Because it is for us to see the true essence of each other. These bodies, these temples that our spirit is housed in, is just that. These are finite. They go away one day. And we are left as pure spirit. And what is it within you to be aware, to be in your own spirit, operating with another who is also being spirit? spirit to spirit, what does that look like? So that is all for today.